All right, welcome to another Mindset Monday. A little bit of brain food for the week to help keep you going, help keep that fire lit, and help you find your first of many self-storage deals. I've got some notes in front of me, like I always do. And today I wanted to talk to you about the power of your circle. I want to chat about that a little bit. I want to talk about accelerating your success. I want to talk about my personal investment in myself through mentorship and what that's helped me with. Talk a little bit about the ROI of learning. I've got a challenge for you, and we'll close with a couple of final thoughts. But first, let's talk about the power of your circle. You know, a lot of us have probably heard that adage, that age-old adage of you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? Now, whether or not that is true or not, the reality is that your circle, the folks that you surround yourself with, the ones that you engage with as it relates to this industry, directly impact your growth. Think about it. You want to go down the path of owning and operating self-storage facilities, but if you're not surrounded by folks that can help you make that happen or supportive of you or are also interested in going down that path, the likelihood of you growing really fast is probably pretty low. So when you level up your environment, you're certainly going to level up yourself. And in self-storage, surrounding yourself with experienced people does absolutely accelerate your success. In fact, when I was getting going 4 years ago, I did find a mentor. I did find people in the industry. I did find a family, a group, if you will. And many of those folks are still very much my best friends in this industry. And when you're surrounded by folks that are all chasing the same dreams and they're ready to level you up, the growth and how quickly you can actually become successful is astronomical. The second thing is accelerating your success through mentorship. The reality is this: what you know today about self-storage is just the very tip of the iceberg. And the good news is that you're learning it. You're getting going. You're starting to understand. But learning from those that are ahead of you is really the fastest way to grow. And so I encourage you to engage with folks that are in the community. I encourage you to engage with me and see where I can help or how I can help. I've been there. I'm doing it as we speak. I'll be closing on my 8th storage facility, if you're listening to this in early February, in about 2 weeks. That all started 4 years ago, and I just kept the ball rolling, but it was that circle and the people that I surrounded myself with then and the mentorship that I got that really helped me propel and create the knowledge. And when you have the right knowledge and the right connections and the right strategies, that can be the difference between struggling to get going and trying to figure out how to make this thing happen, or honestly thriving and building a legitimate business. Talk for a couple seconds here about just my personal investment in mentorship and surrounding myself with folks that are ahead of me. So last year I invested heavily in 2 specific areas. One was my health. And then after parting ways and being impacted by my W-2, I decided to hire a business coach as well. And so let's talk about that. The health mentor and coach was through a company based out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Long story short, you guys, in the last 14 months, I have lost over 50 pounds of body fat, and I've gained about 15 pounds of muscle. I'm a completely different person physique-wise and physically, which has led to mentally and all the other health benefits that come with being a little bit more fit. All of that has happened in the last 14 months because I had a coach, because I had a mentor that was there coaching me, pushing me, and holding me accountable. I also hired a business coach last year. The first one was to help me refine my storage strategy, unlock new levels of growth. And then that same business coach, interestingly enough, was the one that really said, hey, Dave, there's this opportunity that has now become Storage Ace that is happening right in front of you. Let's go create an opportunity for self there, and really helped me understand the frameworks and gave me a ton of guidance on how to build, and continue to build this part of my storage journey. And what's interesting is both of those are not like inexpensive investments. But what seemed like it could be expensive on the outside has become one of the highest ROI decisions I've ever made. In fact, I'm willing to bet that I'm returning at least 5, if not 10 times already. I mean, the health-wise, I don't know how to put a dollar on that. If I live a lot longer and I'm a lot more healthier for my family, I don't know how to put a dollar amount on that. But the reality is that these investments became some of the highest ROI decisions I've ever made. And let's talk about the ROI real quick of learning from the right people. People focus a lot on the cost of mentorship. In those 2 previous engagements that I just spoke about, my own investments, I really focused on the return. I saw 4 years ago the return that I got on my investment in hiring a mentor to help me understand storage. And now here I am. I've told my kids, I've told my wife, I've told tons of my friends. The reality is that if there's anything in life that I want and I'm going to want to go fast towards, I'm 100% going to hire a mentor to help me get there. That is the acceleration button. That is the fast pass. That is the quickest way to success. Just lock yourself in with somebody that's been there. And the reality is that the real values aren't just the strategies, but it's also like the new perspectives, the frameworks, the blueprints, the belief systems that are what really create the massive growth. These are things that as I'm getting going, or as you might be getting going, you just can't see yet, but I promise that you will. Another example, recently, in the month of January, I spent a lot of time with some very high-level storage operators. I'll call some of them mentors. They're just so nice and so gracious with their time. Sharpening my playbook for success going into this year. And the weekly calls with like-minded individuals just absolutely fuel me, right? They fuel the execution. They push me to new heights. They get me to think about new ways of looking at the business. In fact, one strategy that I learned through this group has increased the number of move-ins we have across the portfolio. And I'm not joking, year over year, from last January to this January, we're about 3 times as many. And it's just by being in the game and being more strategic and understanding what others are doing. So now the challenge for you. One idea, one connection, or one conversation can absolutely change your self-storage journey. But you got to ask yourself, are you surrounding yourself with the people who push you to think bigger, act bolder, and move faster? If you're serious about success in self-storage, look, don't do it alone. Leverage the community, leverage other mentors, hire a coach, hire someone that can help you. Find the right people, find the right circle, seek mentorship, and invest in your growth. The ROI of a mentorship and coaching and surrounding yourself by great people isn't a financial situation or issue. It's transformational. I hope that hits home like it did for me. I love talking about this stuff because I'm living proof that getting that coach, getting that mentor, finding somebody that's doing it, that's ahead of me, propelled me so quickly. And I hope that you find it as well. Let's win together. Talk to you soon.